Here we are with one of the most epic views in the Okanagan. This is the first switchback on the way up to the Rise, my favorite golf course bar none. If you haven't played the Rise, you got to check it out. There's something like 15 holes have water view. So if you're gonna spray it into the grass, it's pretty hard to have a bad day up there when this is what you're taking in. For your update for this month, I'm starting to sound like a broken record. More of the same. With all the global uncertainty and madness in our world, one thing seems to be constant is the strength of the Okanagan real estate market for value. People go, when is this going to correct? Well, our absorption rate is still hovering around 50% for the North Okanagan and the Central Okanagan. So the anchors are Vernon and Kelowna, or Kelowna and Vernon, however you want to look at it. But what a wild world we're living in. What can we expect for real estate? Well, for the foreseeable future, I would say it's more of the same, because when we look at the historical statistics, we need to be south of 20% absorption for prices to have some downward pressure. So in layman's terms, what that means is your absorption rate is an indicator of what sold for the previous month. So if we're at 50% absorption, that means 50% of all the listings sold. So there's some things that the government is trying to diddle with, right? They're going to start doing rate hikes. They've made that announcement. If you're a buyer and you're already having a hard time qualifying, well, it's going to get harder with this next rate hike if you're trying to push a price point. So it might be time to pull the trigger. If you're a seller, you're still sitting pretty, and we'll see what happens, because the government's now talking about a cooling off period, and we don't know what that's going to mean just yet. There's been some pushback from a lot of the realtors and the BC Real Estate Association, but they're looking at mechanisms on what they can do to fiddle with the market, and that's never a good sign when the government starts getting involved, in my opinion. So that being said, if you're a seller, what's the cooling off period going to tell us? We don't know. We're not going to know until the spring. This quantitative easing thing, there's more information down below on the newsletter. Basically, what it's trying to do is counteract the inflation, and so they've been buying bonds like crazy. I guess they're gonna level off of that a little bit. So if you want to get into the nitty-gritty of what they're trying to do, there's some information here. But hey, first snowfall in the Okanagan yesterday. It's warmed up a bit again today, but what a spectacular view. As always, please give us a call. We're happy to help in any way we can. Cheers.